So we've got, at the base of our pyramid is the grassroots level. And what we need to do is we tried to train, we trained in Mizoram on our pilot project, 30 instructors from Mizoram. And we chose Mizoram because they were the ones who were proactive. Tete, the General Secretary, was knocking on our door every second day. What can you do to help Mizoram Football Association? And we said, you make a plan, and if you can show us a sustainable plan, then we'll go to Mizoram. And that's exactly what we did. And Mizoram now, I'm happy to say, they've started their professional league up there, but they've also got a grassroots program that's sustainable and it's well organised. And that's what we want every state to try and do. And we ran a course that Daryl was there in Kalyani, where we invited participants from each state of India to send one participant to become a grassroots leader. So they could go back to their state, just like Daryl can do in Goa, and run grassroots courses. Unfortunately, we only had 15 states that sent participants, so those states got an opportunity, and Goa was one of them, and I think Mumbai sent 2 as well, so they got to send more. Those 15 states now have 2 grassroots leaders who can then now, and Daryl can do it here in Goa, can run grassroots courses to train more grassroots leaders. And that's exactly what we want to do, to try and spread the word, spread the message. And that's what our aim is. And as I said, with the support of FIFA as well, who are, it's mainly in equipment, but they're giving equipment so we can pop up goals and bibs and balls, size 4 balls, which is important for the little kids to play with. But as I said, we need all the stakeholders on board, the NGOs, the governments as well. Okay, so that was our plan in Mizoram. So that's our base. We've got to widen the base of our football players, boys and girls. And once we've done that, and it's going to take time, but once we've done that, then I want to explain to you about our academies, our regional and elite academies. And this was the main reason that FIFA asked me to come here to help set up the academies in India. So this is the second stage of our development program, and unfortunately, once again, the plans, we're not going to plan, because supposedly by now we should have 8 academies up and running and 1 elite academy, and that's not the case. And it's not purely for financial reasons. Part of the reason is we haven't found the talent. So last year in Kalyani, we had 9 scouts. We had myself and Rob Barn there as well. All the 25 states that did attend, and then take away the 8 who got sent home, played a tournament. And I naively, and Rob said to me that he thought I was being a bit optimistic, that I wanted to pick 60 players who were born in 1999 and 60 players who were born in 2000 to set up at least 4 academies. And over the period of a week, and we took the scouts worked extremely hard for us, trying to get those, look for these players in the tournaments, and we found 22 players born in the year 2000. Those 22 boys, I'm happy to say, are in Goa. They started the academy in Goa in February, and 27 boys in 1999. And it's because we didn't have the quality of the players. So even if we had the infrastructure, even if we had the money, we can't start the academies because the quality isn't there. And part of the reason, and once again, we have to take responsibility, the late notice that we give to the states to run these, to select their state teams. So that's our issue, that's our problem. But also the states not taking responsibility for picking their best players. So if we go to a national championship and the states don't pick their best players, what hope have we got of selecting the best players for our national academies? And it's a big issue. And some states do. Some states take their state team selection very seriously. And we appreciate that. But some states don't. And that's a big issue for us as well, because we need the best players to be present at the national championship so we can pick the best players for our national teams. And we've picked 22 very talented players for our Goa Academy. And they're going to go to Iran in April for the AFC qualifiers. And we're very confident that they'll do us proud. But it'd be great to have 60 players to choose from our national team rather than 22. And to do that, we need the states on board and all the stakeholders on board to make sure they pick their best players for their state teams. Otherwise, we're going to struggle. So our first phase, this was in May last year, we started up our first academy in Navi Mumbai. It's been going now. There's currently 18 boys there, born in 1997, and there's a picture of them. They're doing a great job. I try to get there at least once a month. I was there last week working with them. And they're doing a great job. We're at Father Agnell School in Navi Mumbai. Father Agnell School have been very supportive of our program. We've got full-time head coach, full-time assistant coach, full-time goalkeeper coach, a full-time physio, and 2 managers there, and they're doing an excellent job down in Navi Mumbai. We started this group because it's an odd year, the 1997 boys. They don't participate in AFC tournaments until 2016. But if we didn't do anything, then they'd be left, and we bring them in 1 year before. So we've got a good opportunity to have these guys with us for another 4 years, hopefully. Okay, also last year, we started 2 academies for boys born in 1998. And I apologise for I'm only getting used to talking in ages. I'm only talking under 12s or under 13s. But 1998 born boys, Bangalore Academy. The boys are selected for that, and that'll be opening in April. So I've been told, crucial. And the Kolkata boys, they joined, they started in Poilan World School on the 5th of September. So we've got 17 boys there as well. So we've got the Kolkata boys been there since September as well. And what they will compete in our 1998 born boys will compete in September in the AFC qualifiers, under 16 qualifiers. Okay, to what Robin said about the master plan, where, I don't know whether you know, Robin, Rob Barn has completed his master plan for India. Has been very well received. It was released late last year. One of the problems we've had is implementing the master plan, because I haven't heard any criticism of the master plan in terms of what Rob has done. He's put a lot of work into it. But what we need now is the support, financial and otherwise, to implement the master plan. Otherwise, it's a waste of time writing the master plan. So we've got to try and get everyone on board there, which is a struggle in itself. But it's based, our academy curriculums are based on the master plan and introducing the 1-4-3-3 formation. In our academy program, we're encouraging our players to express themselves, to be creative, to take risks. The coaches that we've employed have attended courses with me, and I'm overseeing it. I've written the curriculum for all the coaches, so they follow a set curriculum every week, and there's flexibility for them based on how the players are progressing. But we want to create an environment where the players feel comfortable. If they make a mistake, they make a mistake. It's not important for the academies, as long as they learn from their mistakes. So winning's not important for the academies. For the national teams, it is. But for the academies, it's not. It's about developing the players so they're well prepared for what Vim wants them to be when they get old enough to play for the national team, or they go to the Arrows, or they go to the I-League clubs. So we educate the coaches to create an environment, and every coach is different, but we're trying to create an environment where they can create that environment where the players feel comfortable to make decisions on their own without relying on the coach to tell them where to kick, how to kick. Right? And also, as I said, be creative. Okay, and the coaching revolves around match-related training sessions, possession-based football. It's going to take a time to implement because it's a relatively new concept, except for Dempo, who one of the teams, and I'm not saying it because Armando's here, but I used to come here years ago to do some stuff for Z, and Dempo, one of the few teams, and Beto's here as well, who I used to enjoy watching because they keep the ball, they play football, and when you're playing at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in the hot going sun, then you need to keep possession of the ball, and that's one of the things we're trying to introduce into our academies. So we held our first inter-academy tournament, which is supposedly, we're planned for 4 times a year, where all the academies, not just the AFF academies, but also we plan on inviting the other private academies to our tournaments. It was held in Poilan in December, and we were lucky enough to have Jean-Michel Benazet, who's the FIFA consultant, Jim Selby, who's the AFC technical director, Rob Barn, who's our technical director, and Vincent Subramaniam, who's the FIFA Technical Development Officer for South Asia. We're all there to be present there for our tournament, and it went very well. It's important that we play games, and our academy boys, they play a game every Saturday, but it's not a competition game. So these tournaments allow the players to have a little, to play in a competition format, which is important for them as the time goes on. So we've got phase 2 of our regional academies, as I said, in 2013, in addition to the Bangalore Academy, which is due to start in April. The boys have already been selected. We've got plans for the boys that we've already selected from born 1999, and the boys that were born in 2000 have already started in Goa in February. And they were selected from our national tournaments. So that's where we are. We've got the Elite Academy, which is effectively our under-19 national team. They're currently, or coming back to Goa in April this month, later next month, because they're preparing for the under-19 qualifiers in October. One academy to start in Goa, which is already done, and as I said, in the 1999 born boys, 27 of them, waiting until we find a suitable location for that academy. But as I said, the festivals are so important. Our national tournaments now, ASC don't have festivals, so we don't have festivals now. There'll be tournaments where we have to rely on the states to pick their best players, so we can pick our best players. 2014, the plan is our 1997 boys in Mumbai will stay. The boys in Bangalore and the boys in Poilan, we'll pick the best of those to form the Elite Academy next year. That's basically a very quick rundown of what we're trying to do with the youth development when it comes to Indian football. We're starting from a fairly low level, and we've got to try and build up. It's going to take time, but hopefully, if, as I said, with the support of all the stakeholders, we can work together, and if everyone's working towards the same goal, then we have half a chance. Thank you.